Welcome to Believe, where we delve into the deep waters of emotion and connection. Today, we're exploring a poignant scenario of love, regret, and the path to reconciliation. In today's episode, we touch upon the profound sorrow of a person enveloped in regret. This individual, whom we'll refer to as the masculine, is grappling with the loss of someone special. You, the divine feminine, in this dynamic. As we unpack this emotional turmoil, we invite you to immerse yourself in the story that may resonate deeply with many of you. The masculine, let's call him John, recently realized the gravity of his mistake. He thought you, the divine feminine, could be replaced, which led him to take your presence for granted. However, the echo of his actions has left him in a state of despair, realizing the irreplaceable nature of your connection. Interestingly, John's life includes passions such as music and mechanics, often retreating to his garage, his sanctuary, where he ponders over what went wrong. His journey through regret begins in a space cluttered with tools and car parts, a metaphor for his own scattered emotions. Amidst this reflection, a tarot card emerges during my reading. Work through your fears. It's evident that John was battling internal fears, fearing true happiness and authentic love, which may sound paradoxical, but is a reality for many. These fears led him to live a facade, often presenting a cavalier front to mask his insecurities. During our exploration, names and symbols like Maria and the letters Yes surfaced, possibly hinting at influential figures or significant energies impacting John's life. Additionally, a scenario unfolds showing John's pride overshadowing your relationship, pushing you away with his ego-driven actions. As the narrative deepens, we see John's realization dawn almost immediately after you decided to step away. The absence of your energy made him recognize the depth of his feelings and the magnitude of his mistake. His heart, once guarded, now experiences a drop with every reminiscence of you, a stark reminder of what he's lost. This journey isn't just about John's realization, but also about your empowerment, divine feminine. Your strength to withdraw from a situation where you felt underappreciated speaks volumes. You have shown that you are capable of standing alone, a quality that John underestimated drastically. Imagine your soul's perfect counterpart, your twin flame, out there somewhere, possibly feeling the same longing and separation you endure every day. Now, what if there's a way to not only find them, but to accelerate your reunion? Dive into our special episode, where we unravel expert techniques from twin flame guides to bring you closer to your twin flame faster than you ever thought possible. Ready to bridge the gap between longing and reuniting? Click the link in the description and discover the path to your ultimate soul connection. Let's embark on this soulful journey together. As the story unfolds, John schemes, planning how to reconnect. He contemplates sending you a song that once held meaning for both of you, hoping to reignite a spark through the melodies that once defined your bond. The climax of this tale lies in John's newfound clarity. The absence of your love has not only made him reflect but has also driven him to change. He now sees the emotional barriers he constructed and the mountains he must climb to possibly restore trust and rekindle what was lost. Let's delve even deeper into the emotional labyrinth that John navigates as he seeks redemption and a possible reconnection with you, the divine feminine. In his moments of solitude, John often finds himself lost in thoughts, reminiscing about the good times shared, the laughter, and the profound conversations that seem to seamlessly weave your souls together. It's these memories that haunt him, the realization of the depth and rarity of the connection he so carelessly jeopardized. As John reflects on his past actions, he's compelled to examine the root causes of his behavior. Why did he push away the very thing he desired most? This question lingers in his mind as he acknowledges his fear of true intimacy. It wasn't just about losing you, it was about confronting his own vulnerability. John's journey into self-discovery reveals that his bravado masked a deep-seated fear of not being enough, of not deserving love in its purest form. This epiphany strikes him profoundly during the quiet hours of the night, the silence amplifying the internal dialogue. John realizes that to truly heal and possibly mend things between you, he must first forgive himself. He must dismantle the walls he built around his heart and face the discomfort of his shadows. Turning to the tools he knows best, John decides to channel his emotions through creativity. He begins working on a project in his garage, fixing an old car that he had abandoned years ago, a metaphor for the neglected parts of his own life and relationships. Each part he restores serves as a step towards his own emotional restoration. The car, once broken and discarded, gradually transforms into something beautiful and functional, mirroring John's own transformation. As dawn breaks, John's mind circles back to the concept of divine timing and synchronicities. He wonders if the universe is nudging him towards a path of spiritual awakening, prompted by the turmoil of losing you. It's during these reflective moments that he feels a surge of inspiration to reach out, to communicate his newfound realizations and apologies. He crafts a message, not just any message, but one that is heartfelt and raw. John pours his soul into this note, expressing his regrets, his fears, and his wishes for your happiness, whether or not it includes him. He talks about the lessons learned, the emotional scars, and the hope that these scars will serve as reminders of both vulnerability and strength. With the letter written, John hesitates. The fear of rejection is palpable, but so is the need to express his truth. After a deep breath, he sends the message, releasing his words into the universe, and in doing so, freeing the part of his heart that has been shackled by regret. Days pass, and the weight of uncertainty is heavy. John finds solace in nature, spending time in the local park, watching life unfold around him. Children play, couples walk hand in hand, and the world moves forward, reminding him that life doesn't pause for one's heartache. It's during these moments, surrounded by the simplicity of life, that John finds a sense of peace. He understands that whatever the outcome, this journey has been crucial for his growth. Meanwhile, your perspective, Divine Feminine, is one of cautious introspection. The receipt of John's message is bittersweet. His words resonate, stirring emotions you thought were long settled. Yet, there's trepidation. Can one truly revisit a past connection without reigniting old pains? You ponder this, realizing that forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean reconnection, but it does mean freedom from carrying the weight of past grievances. In a moment of clarity, you decide to respond. Your reply is thoughtful and kind, acknowledging John's growth and the sincerity of his words. You express gratitude for the good times and the lessons learned. However, you also assert your need for space and healing, indicating that the path you walk is now different, shaped by experiences and insights that require solitude to fully integrate. This exchange, though not leading to reconciliation, opens a door to mutual respect and understanding, setting the foundation for both of you to move forward, albeit separately. It's a poignant reminder of the power of honest communication and the importance of self-reflection in the journey of life. If you're really enjoying today's content and want to show some extra support, consider sending a super thanks, either by clicking on button right below this video or the three dots. It looks like a heart within a $sign. By clicking on it, you can choose to make a small contribution to our channel. Your super thanks not only helps us continue creating great videos, but also lets us know that you're finding value in what we're doing. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here and supporting our channel. As we pick up where we left off, we find John embracing the lessons from his previous missteps. The exchange of heartfelt messages with the Divine Feminine has sparked a period of profound introspection for him. While his initial hope was reconciliation, he begins to see that the real reconciliation needed is with himself. In the wake of the communication with the Divine Feminine, John finds himself drawn to more introspective practices. He starts attending mindfulness meditation sessions, a practice he once scoffed at, dismissing it as needless silence. Now, these sessions become his refuge, his silent sanctuary where he confronts his inner turmoil and seeks peace. John's journey through meditation reveals layers of unresolved emotions, guilt, shame, and a deeply ingrained fear of unworthiness. Each session peels back these layers, slowly lightening the burden he's carried for so long. He learns that each breath can be a tool for release, and each moment of mindfulness is a step away from his past self-inflicted chains. Meanwhile, the Divine Feminine, having set clear boundaries in her response to John, embarks on her own journey of empowerment. She enrolls in a series of personal development workshops, each designed to enhance self-esteem and assertiveness. These workshops provide not just skills, but also a community of supportive individuals who share similar paths of growth. In these gatherings, she discovers the power of her voice, the strength of her convictions, and the value of her presence. Each workshop challenges her to step further into her potential, to embrace her capabilities, and to envision a future where her decisions are shaped by self-respect and self-love. As John and the Divine Feminine continue their separate journeys, a beautiful narrative unfolds. Their paths, though parallel and not intersecting, are bound by a mutual quest for deeper understanding and personal betterment. They both engage in activities that foster self-compassion and encourage emotional resilience. John, through his meditations, begins to understand the impact of his actions, not just on others, but on himself. He learns that forgiveness is not just about being forgiven but also about forgiving oneself. This realization culminates in a powerful meditation retreat where, amidst the serene backdrop of nature, he comes to a significant epiphany. His self-worth is not defined by his past mistakes, but by his willingness to grow from them. On the other side, the Divine Feminine finds herself increasingly involved in community leadership within her workshop group. Her experiences, her growth, and her insights become sources of inspiration for others. She leads discussions, facilitates sessions, and finds joy in the empowerment of others. Her journey of self-discovery transforms into a journey of community upliftment. As our episode nears its conclusion, we explore the concept of new beginnings. Both John and the Divine Feminine stand at the threshold of new chapters in their lives. For John, it's the realization that his journey is not about finding someone to complete him, but about becoming whole on his own. For the Divine Feminine, it's about harnessing her newfound strength and channeling it into initiatives that empower others. John decides to start a blog sharing his experiences with mindfulness and meditation. His posts are raw and honest, resonating with those who struggle with self-forgiveness and seeking peace. He writes not as an expert, but as a fellow traveler on the road to recovery, making his insights accessible and relatable. The Divine Feminine, inspired by her leadership role, begins planning a series of empowerment retreats for women. She envisions a space where women can come together to share, heal, and support each other's growth. Her passion for helping others reflects her journey, and she is eager to give back to the community that has given her so much. As we wrap up today's episode, let's reflect on the journeys of John and the Divine Feminine. Their stories remind us that growth is not a linear path, but a series of rises and falls. Each step forward is a victory, and every setback is a lesson. Thank you for joining us on Believe, where we celebrate the power of the human spirit to overcome, to evolve, and to thrive. If today's stories inspired you, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more episodes that delve into the complexities of the heart and the resilience of the soul. Remember, every day is a chance for a new beginning, and every heartache is a stepping stone to a stronger self. Until next time, keep believing in the transformative power of life's journeys.